plaintiff, Jenny Jackson, dated the defendant for a year and a half, and at first it was too good to be true. Over time, Jenny claims the defendant became jealous, and not only did he spit on her, but he also vandalized her car with a candy bar and set it on fire, so she's suing. Defendant Tim Funches says he was madly in love with Jenny, but he lost respect for her because instead of working a consistent job, she was staying out all night, partying with her friends. Tim's countersuing because he claims Jenny bleached his clothes and shoes.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, so me and Timothy Funches, we dated for like almost a year and a half. In the beginning, everything was perfect. Everything was going good. I thought that this guy was the man of my dreams. Sometimes it was too good to be true. I even asked him one time, like, are you married? Do you have other kids I don't know about? Like, it's just too perfect. So the relationship was going good.
He was perfect.
He was, to me, he was. So the relationship was going good, and then later on down the line, he just started getting too comfortable in the relationship. He started staying out all night, not answering his phone. Ex-girlfriends was calling my phone, sending messages, all type of stuff. So we stopped talking. Now, come April, I had I threw my cousin a birthday party, and I invited him.
April of this year?
Yes, April 11, 2020, yes.
How you gonna have a party in April?
It wasn't
coronavirus at its height. You gonna have a party?
It
You know how we have you behind a shield?
It was
You
more
hurry
of
up. So your stuff go over the thing.
It was
you
like
had
a
a
little
party. What city you from?
Chicago.
How many were at your party?
It was just like 10 of us. All together, it was 10 of us.
Do you all know each other, or
Yeah.
you all didn't live together?
No.
Did everybody have a mask on?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
You lying. All right, let's get on back to the case. Let's get on back to the case.
So we was at the party, and a female friend of mine, she came, and I was dancing on a female friend, and Timothy got jealous and upset, and he got all in my face, talking loud and stuff, and he said he'll spit on me. And I was like, what? And he cocked the spit, and he spit on me. Yeah, so everybody in the party now, they trying to break it up. They telling him just leave, whatever. You messed up the party.
How long had you all been together when this happened?
It was a year, almost.
And during that year, had he done anything that ridiculous or damaging?
No.
Why do you think it was so dramatic this time and so harmful?
Cause he was just a real jealous person. He just don't want nobody.
All right, go ahead. Let me hear from you, sir.
All right, Your Honor, we was in love. You couldn't see her without me, couldn't see me without her. Everything we did was for each other. She was working for the post office. She said she tired of working for the post office. She don't want to work for them no more. I said, okay, just like any man, what you want to do? I say, Gigi, because that's what I call her. We call her Gigi. I say, until you find you another job, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to help you. She had this girl.
That's what I told my wife, but that didn't work out. When I got on television, she decided she wanted to quit her job. She said, I'm going to stop working because you're doing well enough. Let's go out to LA and live so I can live it up. I said, no, number one, I'm staying here in Detroit. And number two, you're going to keep working. Well, I live in LA and she ain't worked since. So you see who won that. So you go ahead and tell me. I know how this turned out, but
So,
go ahead.
This is what happened. She had went and got a job for Lyft, worked there for 2 days. 2, 3 days. I don't know exactly how many days, but she wasn't really working it like that. 4, 5 times a week, she going out partying, staying out till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, coming in drunk. I told her, the same ambition and energy you have to go outside on the weekends and through the week to party, drink, and be drunk, come Monday morning, I need you to have that same ambition and go find a job.
There you go.
To go
You're
find
onto
a job.
something. That's what I need to tell Linda.
When I told her that, she was intoxicated. She blew her head gasket, went crazy on me. Along the way, she started doing the same thing. Yes, I lost respect for her. Yes, I started dealing with other females. My problem was I was in love with her. I was still there for her, still doing for her. Honestly, I still don't know why we here, to be honest with you. Because I feel like if anybody should have been suing anybody, it should have been me.
She said you spit on her.
First of all, it had nothing to do with her dancing on a female. It had nothing to do with her. I asked her a question, and matter of fact, I was talking to her cousin. I say, why Gigi don't do all this to me? Why she don't dance on me like this? Why she don't interact with me like this? I'm talking to her cousin. I wasn't even directing it towards her. Her cousin say something, but she took over, cussing, yelling, then said, you were getting your feelings if I offered to do a threesome with you. It was just a lot of disrespect. So I'm like, bro, calm down. You tweaking. You keep talking, bro, I'm gonna spit on your you tweaking. Did I spit on her? No. Did I spit? Yes. It didn't go on her. I didn't spit nowhere by her. But later we kept, it escalated, I left. When I left, I went and got my stuff from the house, a couple things, and I left.
Why? Was it because she danced with a woman at the party? You were so furious? That's why you spat on her and you were so furious over her dancing with a woman? What you so insecure about her dancing with a woman?
I wasn't.
You said, why she don't do me like that? Why she don't want to rub her behind on me or whatever she was doing? What was she, twerking? She's twerking on the woman?
No, it wasn't.
But it was slow dancing?
It wasn't no twerking. That's why I asked why she don't do me like that.
It was more than twerking? It was more provocative than twerking?
It wasn't twerking, Your Honor. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't twerking. Twerking when you got your behind on somebody twerking.
Right.
It wasn't that. She don't do that to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm your man. I ain't never seen you act like this towards me. This a person I never even seen before, and you doing this with her? So it made me raise my eyebrows.
Yeah, clearly she had seen her before.
Clearly.
But she did invite you in, didn't she, you said?
Yeah, she called me.
And said, do you want to be a part of this?
No, she asked, I want to come chill over there with them. They was
what you think that meant, sir?
They was having a kickback.
What kind of square are you? You from Chicago?
He's worse than me.
Yeah. Even Dole would know what time it was.
But that still don't give him a reason to spit on me.
I know, and that's nothing to laugh
the
at, sir.
thing ever.
And that's one of the things. What else has he done regarding your claim today?
He has put a Snicker and sugar in my gas tank. July the 3rd, 2020, I called him again and told him to meet me back at White Castle's. I didn't think he was going to act the way he acted. He came to White Castle's. He got out the car, and he was just going crazy, talking loud, and like, oh, you're supposed to go with me. And I'm like, just leave, because he was making a big scene. So he left after that. I left. I went to park my car by my cousin's house. It was about 7 o'clock that afternoon. I was only at her house for probably an hour. When I came outside, my car was on fire.
Wow.
Why do you think he did all this?
Because when he put the sugar in a tank, he said, why would I do that? If I was going to do something to your car, I'll set it on fire.
Why did he? So he denied putting the sugar in the tank?
Yeah, but then he later on and said, oh, I did do it.
Go ahead, sir. What do you want to tell me about burning up her car?
First of all, my right hand God. All the F in my body can leave. I didn't burn your car. I ain't touch this lady car. Your Honor, I'm going to tell you why I put the half a Snicker in her tank. If you turn to page 5, this lady sat there and bleached all my clothes over 15.
Page 5 of the evidence?
No, actually, it's the video. It's the video where it's showing my clothes. I'm sorry.
It will show what? The video will show what?
It'll show how I had my shoes and everything intact before she bleached it, and it's gonna show you after she bleached it.
She bleached your things.
She bleached everything.
So that's why you did respond like that. And that was before the car mysteriously was burned.
Did all this way before that. I'm on the phone talking to her as I'm going in the house. Her exact words, oh yeah, I bleached all your stuff too.
All right, let's take a look.
This all my stuff, she bleached. Oh, you did this? You did this? Bro, I was drunk when I did that. Man, you bogus as hell, bro. Like, come on, GG, man. We better than that, bro. I still love you. I'm still in love with you. I wouldn't touch your even if you said touch it or you didn't want it. I know you mad. We drunk, bro. You bogus, man. Come on, man. And I ain't even finna be on no Grammy and do nothing to your car, bro. But you bogus as hell, man. You bogus. That's how I was before it got bleached. That's just some of my shoes. By the time she bleached, I had way more shoes than that. Your Honor, right now today, I wasn't able to wear pants. I got shorts on because all my stuff, she bleached. She bleached over $15,000 worth of clothes and shoes. This before I did any type of thing, put that snigger in her car, anything. She got mad at me.
It was after you spit on her, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, if someone spits in your face, what will you do?
I didn't spit in her face.
She didn't. You spit toward her. You told you was going to spit, and even though you claim it didn't hit her, did it hit you? Even though you claim it didn't hit her, the fact is you told her you were going to spit on her, and you did spit. What do you say about the car, sir?
The car.
Her car.
I didn't set her car on fire. It's a video. Could you please show the video? It's a video. Please tell me that's me in that video.
All right. Let's see.
I don't even own nothing like that. You bleached everything. Look at the video and look at me.
What am I looking
He's
for?
pouring
That
the
person
gasoline
there?
on the car. Yes.
That's
that
not
person
me.
there?
Yes. I know that same exact outfit he got. And that car he's in, he was in that car with a female when he rolled down the street looking for me. The same car.
I was in a truck. What is you?
And he also told his friend that didn't know anything about my car being on fire. He told his friend that he did it. His friend said, yeah, he did it.
This lady is lying.
Did you tell a friend that you did it?
No, she's lying.
I have on page 7, you can see he was talking to his brother-in-law.
Let me see. That's your evidence.
Yes.
And see, folks, they tell me where their evidence is instead of Doyle grabbing evidence now. That's one of our new procedures. And
he said, on my kids, I did set that lady car on fire.
no.
I left the hotel room around 11 o'clock because I was high as couldn't sleep.
sir?
I was typing too fast. Could you please show the whole thing? Because I got it in my phone.
You're typing too fast, and that caused you to say you did it.
I didn't set her car on fire.
Why did you admit to doing it then? Why did you say that?
It said did. It supposed to say didn't. It was a typo. I got it in my phone. That's what I'm telling you. I got it in my phone.
Ma'am, I'm going to grant your judgment for $5,000.
You good. I must say, you good.
What?
She good. She good.
In terms of building her case?
If that's what you want to call it.
You're not very good. You admitted it on here and said, yeah, I did.
I didn't admit that. That was me drunk.
All right. And secondly, with regard to your clothes, all those gym shoes, those are old Nikes. Don't even new ones. So I'm gonna
they weren't old at the time.
That and the clothes. Yes, they were. I saw.
that was back in November. All them shoes was brand new. That's back in November.
You were living with her?
Yep.
Living with. I was paying the bills. She was out of work.
But I'm wondering how you afford all those gym shoes.
She messed up 1.5 pounds of my weed. If you look, if you look on page 2,
I'm gonna ask the authorities to give you a pass. Even though you're admitting,
I'm being honest though. She's sitting up here lying.
Even though you're admitting to be a drug dealer, I'm gonna ask them to give you a pass.
Well, that show you I ain't lying about nothing. I'm not lying. She the one lying.
So anytime you admit to a felony, you're definitely not lying.
She lying. She the one lying. She lying. She tricking y'all.
Thank God they ain't giving that much time anymore for a pound. Give you $2,000 for your clothes and your gym shoes, sir. $5,000 for the car and the emotional distress. Have a good day. It's my judgment.
Plaintiff Penny Williams has been best friends with the defendant since 8th grade, and they were inseparable. Penny suing because she claims the defendant's son broke her TV, and the defendant refuses to replace it. Defendant Javian Nichols says her son is a foster child with anger issues, and he has a habit of breaking TVs. Javian insists she tried to replace the damaged TV, but Penny refused to accept the replacements, so she refuses to pay anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name.
Hi, my name is Penny Williams.
All right, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Javian Nichols.
Start with you.
Her first name's Penny and her last name's Nichols. Isn't that funny?
Well, that's what y'all gonna get. All right, that is. Go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor. I've been on defendant since 8th grade. We had children together. We did everything.
What you mean by that?
If you seen her, you seen me.
Oh, no, about the children thing.
Yeah. We
You had
children.
them together?
No,
What?
around the same time. We had kids together.
Oh, okay. I mean, thank you for clarifying.
But one day in August 2017, we was all at my house, as usual. She come over with the kids and everything. Me and her had left and went to the store. And we left the kids there with my older kids.
You went to get cigarettes and you went to get whiskey.
No, I don't smoke.
You went to get Hennessy.
No dark for me. But we did go to the liquor store. Yes, we
We
did.
went to get her a case of cigarettes, a carton.
I know
of
cigarettes and liquor were involved.
And when we got back in the house, the baby was crying hysterically like this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. Broken TV. I'm like, oh wow.
How old was the child then?
I'm gonna
He's
say
8 now.
about 4.
He's 8 now.
Who was with the child then? An adult?
My older kids, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old? Over 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They was over playing phase 10 or something at the table playing cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So we recognized that and we continued on to the dining room, sat around at the table. I'm figuring she gonna do what's the responsible thing to do and replace my TV. So she said nothing for a while. Nothing. Then she gave me a number to send me off that didn't work. To
You
a
tell me, let
caseworker.
me get some more background and then I'll get more specifics.
Hi, we've been best friends since 8th grade. Well, used to be best friends since 8th grade. We did everything together. I took her family to dinner, breakfast, lunch. I bought her everything. I got her hair done, her nails done all the time. I feel like she used to use me. On the day she said, I went to the store to get her a carton of cigarettes. True is known to break TVs.
The
So they-
child?
Yes.
He broke up mama TV. She got that replaced.
He broke
Yes, he
two of my
did.
TVs.
Two?
And DCF replaced them. I have a speech problem.
Oh, you're
stutter.
fine. You're fine.
So no, that's not what happened. I'm like, man, he broke the TV. Okay, let's try to get it through DCF like they did mine. They called her. They said she wasn't up to talking. And I did. I tried
That's
everything. After that,
What do you mean she wasn't up to talk?
I called them.
she was drunk. That's what they said.
You can talk
I
when
called
you're
him.
drunk.
They
Why
don't-
can't you talk? I want to know that.
I could talk. I called them. She gave me the supervisor number and her caseworker number.
They said wouldn't nothing come out your mouth. They
They
say your
said-
mouth was twisted.
No, Your Honor. They said they don't replace things that get broken in other people's houses. They only replace things in her house. That's how she took her mama TV to her house.
By the
and got
way,
her
that
mama
kid's
TV
not
replaced.
breaking television. They putting that on that boy. She getting that antenna.
Them antennas don't even be on TVs no more.
You would know. You know I'm messing with you. All right. And the child, why do you think the child has a penchant for breaking television?
Because he has a temper. He's a foster child. Now he's on medication,
Good.
so he's doing really good now. He's a bright student. He's in gymnastics. He's doing great.
What was he diagnosed with?
Just everything that you think of.
Yeah.
His mother was schizophrenic.
Yeah. Oh.
His mother was schizophrenic. So,
Yeah.
but Your Honor, I took her son to 3 stores. We called her every time we saw a TV. She said, how much was it? It wasn't high enough. It wasn't high enough.
No, it wasn't big enough. She tried to downgrade me. She tried to bring me a 42 inch, and he broke a 55 inch.
It was a 55
Yes,
inch?
sir.
55 inch, man?
Yes, it was.
I don't need no more stress.
You tried to short her? You thought she was drunk that day?
No, Your
Why you
Honor.
tried to give her a
It wasn't the
42
right
for a
price.
55?
It was a 1K. They don't sell 1Ks no more. Everything else for 3K. They were too much money. I couldn't
Now she
afford
talking
it.
down to me. You don't know no 1K mean and 3K. That's how she tried to talk rings around you so that she can act
No.
like.
She don't know what she's,
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, she is.
Why didn't you get her a 55 inch?
Because
like
the
you-
one that was in the store was $900 to $1,300, and I don't have that type of money. The one she wanted.
The one that he broke.
That cost $900 penny, for real.
I don't know. It didn't cost $900 when I looked it up on the computer. When I checked the stores, when I Googled it.
It wasn't no $900, and you want to get $900 out of me, and you wasn't going to use me again. I'm not about to upgrade you.
You didn't want to do nothing for me.
I did.
You had to go fix it.
I did. I
And
told
then
you
buy me
take
back a broke TV.
Take the 47 inch until I could get the money to save. I told you let's go and put it on the layaway. I don't have that type of money.
No,
and you know that.
She could have did that herself and then
No.
gave it to me when she was finished paying for it.
Penny,
If that was
I said let's
the
go
case.
together. We've been friends all our lives. So
Your Honor, I don't
you
get
brought me
that.
here
Listen to
on
her.
national TV for real, Penny. After all this, you brought me in on national TV.
Yes,
for
I
a
did.
TV.
Yes, I
for
did.
real.
Because you didn't get my TV.
Because I'm not really your friend, right? Because
That's
you
what
were
you
never
said
my
when I had you
friend,
sign that
right?
promise.
Was she your
Never my
best friend or
right?
not?
Not anymore.
Was she?
Was she? Yes,
Yes,
she was
and you're
one of
gonna
yes.
fall out with her over $500. You're gonna ruin that lifelong best friendship. You ain't no best friend like that.
Sure not. Because she ain't placed my TV. She went around telling our friends.
You dirty. You're dirty.
How I'm dirty?
You doing her dirty, suing her in here
We
for
even celebrated my birthday. A
$500,
couple
and
of
this
months
is
later,
your
we
best
came to
friend.
my birthday house party, right?
No.
Right? On my 50th birthday party, you wasn't there. That was after the TV got broke.
Oh no, I said until February when I had you sign this promissory note and you called me out my name in my driveway. You said, really,
Right.
Penny, you gonna have me sign the promissory note? I said, yes.
Hold
just to
on, you
take the
called her
TV.
out her name?
Just to
Yes.
take-
She called me a B.
You called her out her name?
Yep. In
Well,
front of her
you're
son.
not a best friend either.
Yep. Because
Let me
I
mind
wanted to
my
take the TV.
business.
I wanted to take the TV.
You the one dirty. You dirty. Call your best friend a B.
Well, if the shoe fits, wear it.
You're a good person. I don't know about
Thank you, Your
her.
Honor.
And my son said he's sorry.
He said
He
it that
meant
day.
to.
And you know that her son has a disorder.
And I adopted him too.
You need to stop. I ain't giving you a dime till you say y'all all right.
You want me to lie?
We're not gonna never be all right. This did over
Yes, y'all
over a
gonna be
TV.
all right.
37 years over a TV. I can't believe this. For real, Penny, over a TV.
That was you, girl. Stop playing like you all
For real?
innocent. You all innocent. Her kids still come to my house. Her older kids still
that
come to my
true?
house.
They are her kids still cut my hair because they are cousins. That's my nephew. Her son is my nephew.
Yep.
And
They
my
still
mama-
are.
my
Y'all
son
being
is her
so
nephew.
silly over $500 and your families
It wasn't
are
about
so
the
intertwined
$500.
and your children are so intertwined. She couldn't afford it. How about that?
How about I looked it up online? It was cheaper than this. It was cheaper than that. The one that we found.
Whatever
Right
it was, she couldn't afford it at the time. She's telling you. You think she would lose your friendship over $500 if she could pay it? Do you think she that trifling?
there. Yes, sir.
You need to stop. Been your friend 37 years. Your family all intertwined together. The children love each other. The children love each one of you all. And you're going to start a beef about $500.
She made me miss a whole season of Power.
Don't frown up at me. Tell her you forgive her. Have you ever forgiven anyone?
Yes.
Okay, probably. You've probably forgiven strangers who've done things to you, haven't you?
Yes.
But you can't forgive your 37-year best friend.
You gonna make my heart feel like that?
Yes. Yeah, if you forgive, you should. I'm trying to open your eyes. I'm trying to open your eyes to what you're doing. And if you can forgive strangers or near strangers, why can't you forgive her? She's worse than a stranger. She's lower than a stranger.
Because she talked about me and told everybody she wouldn't get
So
back
have
at me.
strangers. They talk behind your back and in your face. And you forgave them. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, I forgive her.
I believe she's sincere now that I've brought it to her attention that she has forgiven people with less attachments than you. She's saying she forgives you. I believe it. She's saying it this way because she's a little proud, but I promise you, she forgives you because she's a smart woman and she has good common sense.
Yes, sir.
All right, $500 is your judgment. Go and be friends. And remember, you all have more at stake than just the two of you. Don't let your egos get in the way of two families. Two families. Believe me, I got folks in my family, in my immediate family I don't like. Not any of my children or nothing. But I have folks in my immediate and near immediate family, put it that way. But I have to deal with them and I have to love them. I have to forgive them. Because they mean something to me. They're not like the strangers who I've also forgiven. I've forgiven strangers. So certainly I'm going to forgive them. Still mad, but I forgive them. And you may be mad right now, but you're going to get over that. Good luck to you. $500. That's my judgment.
Plaintiff Anna Harris and her boyfriend Edgar Torrance say one night at 2:30 in the morning, Anna's truck was the victim of a hit and run in her apartment complex parking lot. Anna claims she learned it was the defendant's cousin who hit her car. And since the defendant lives in the same complex, Anna is holding her responsible. So she's suing. Defendant Brenda Alexander says on the night of the incident, she woke up to Edgar banging on her door with a shotgun. Brenda claims Edgar threatened to harm her and her children. She believes they also vandalized her car, so she's countersuing.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Well, on July the 2nd, it was a Sunday, I say about 2:30 a.m., there was a hit and run on my truck. The neighbor to the right of me, she said she heard the crash and she came running outside because she thought it was her truck. So when she seen it was my truck, she came and knocked on my door, tried to wake me up. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I was just tired from work or whatever, but I didn't hear it. So I say the next morning around 11 o'clock, he came over to my house to see the kids. And walking to the door, the neighbor to the left of me, she like, hey, did you see Anna's truck? And he was like, no, what's wrong with it? And she was like, I think you need to go look at it. So he went over there and looked at it, and that's when he seen the front right side of my truck was basically on the ground, tore up in pieces. So he came, he was knocking on my door, and when I opened the door, he said, hey, what happened to your truck? I said, I don't know. And so he ran outside. So I ran out behind him. That's when I seen my truck in pieces all over the ground or whatever. So at this time, a bunch of neighbors were outside, so we were trying to ask, well, basically he was trying to ask because I was still in shock from seeing my truck. So he was asking, like, you know, what's going on? Did anybody see what happened? Who did this to the truck and everything like that? So a neighbor that was passing through when it actually happened, he described the car. He said it was a white 4-door car that hit my truck. And so by them explaining that, you know, describing that car, he immediately knew whose car it was. So
Who was that? Who did you all determine that was?
Her cousin.
Okay. Let me hear from you.
Hi. All I know is I woke up to her boyfriend beating on my door with a shotgun. I didn't know anything until after that.
What was he saying?
He was telling me, you need to call your cousin B and tell her to get over here because she didn't hit my girl car. Just saying a whole
So
lot
did you
of
ever
stuff.
talk with the plaintiff about it?
No, she has never came to me and said anything to me.
Ma'am, have you ever spoken with her? If not, why? You're trying to avoid confrontation. And who have you spoken with then?
I haven't, like, at the time, you know, like I said, I was still emotional about it or whatever. So he asked most of the questions, but we were outside trying to get information on, you know, can you get her over here? They end up getting into their argument. So by the time it was getting heated, which he didn't have a shotgun, he had a bat. So,
Yes, he did.
he had a bat. So, by they were getting heated. So I
What
told
were
him,
you
hey,
doing?
I was just, I mean, I was,
Nothing.
I couldn't
Nothing?
do anything
All
really.
right, nothing. Go ahead.
So I got him. I told him, hey, look, you need to come on over here with me so I can call the police, get this taken care of the right way. Because the way it's going, it's not going in a good direction. And the next morning,
Did they contact the cousin that you knew?
I don't, they didn't tell me anything. Because by the time when I guess we were calling the police at the same time. When I was calling to report a hit and run. When she was calling, she was reporting a shotgun. So when they pulled up, he still had the bat in hand, and the police got out with his hand on his gun. He like, put that bat up, put it up, you know. And I was like, you know, what's going on? I didn't find out till later that she said that he had a
What
shotgun.
did she do to your car, though? How is she involved in the damage of your car?
Because I have the lease right here that states that if you have guests or someone living with you or anything like that that damages the property or any property surrounding, that you're responsible for it. Initially, I wasn't trying to get her to pay for it. I was trying to get in touch with her cousin. But when I went to the office the next day, this was a Sunday, so the office was closed, no one was there. I went the next morning, 8 o'clock sharp, and I spoke with the
Manager?
to make a complaint, which I have that too. She came in right after I came. After I was writing my complaint, she wrote hers, and she was still talking about this shotgun thing. So we ended up getting into an altercation in the office. No physical altercation, just basically like a screaming match. So she told me to leave and come back at 4:30 because I had to work that morning. So I came back at 4:30, and she had both of us in there trying to basically do a mediation type of thing, because she was like, you know, the 4th is tomorrow. We're not going to be here. We don't want this to escalate over into the holiday. So we both. She
So
said,
what happened? How did that conversation end?
She gave a girl's name and number.
Her cousin? Is that who
Yes.
we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
She gave a girl's name and number, which she said first. She said it wasn't her cousin. It was
You
her
think
friend.
that she's responsible because it was her cousin and because your lease, you think, says that.
Yes,
but that's
sir.
not what your lease is saying, I'm sure. It's a standard clause in most leases that your associates who you're hosting cannot damage the owner's property. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about a third person damaging your property.
And
The resident shall be responsible for damages to the dwelling unit and or other premises, common or public areas in the community that are caused by the negligence or intentional acts or omissions of the resident, household member, or guest. But responsible for what? Damage to any dwelling unit or common public area. Not a guest who goes outside and runs into a car drunk driving before they leave the complex. The resident is not responsible for that person unless the resident knew that that person was too drunk to drive and kept giving them drinks or didn't advise them to stay, perhaps then. But in the case of a resident's friend or family member doing wrong to someone else, it doesn't say they're responsible. This says the resident's friend or guest is responsible for anything that happens to the property owner, your landlord's property. You don't care anything about your property. Landlord care about his property. That's what this is for. This is to protect him. He ain't protecting your property. They can steal, cheat, rob, whatever they want to you. Just don't mess with my property. That's what this is. That's why I say I knew what you were presenting, and that's what it represents, is that clause. You have that person's name. Why haven't you tried and track the cousin down?
When she gave, when we were in the mediation in the office, She gave me the name. She didn't give me the number. And she said, I can take that name, take it to the police station, and they can handle it. Yes, I did. But at the same time, the property manager, she said that she kept calling the number and using other numbers to call the other number. It wasn't ringing. She said she, in all honesty, because she's lied before, she said she doesn't think that it's a right number.
I have no idea where she is.
When's the last time you talked to her?
The day after the incident
And
happened.
you haven't spoken with her since?
No, I have not.
So you all didn't have regular contact?
No. She was there the evening before. I wasn't even at home when this particular incident happened.
And before that, how long had it been?
What you mean since I've seen her?
Yeah.
Oh, well, probably a couple weeks.
Okay, so you all would see each other regularly?
Not regularly.
Couple weeks before,
No, I'm
and the
saying
day
she was
first
in
it
my
was
house.
the day before. Then it became a couple of weeks before. You saw it
I'm
3
saying-
times in 2 weeks.
No.
That's what you just said. I said, when did you see her prior to the incident? The day before. When
Yeah,
did you
'cause
see her
my
prior to
daughter's
that?
birthday party.
It had been a couple of
A
weeks.
week, yeah.
So the day of, the day before, and 2 weeks earlier. That's 3 times in 2 weeks.
Alrighty.
But now you've never seen her again.
Now
Now you don't know where she disappeared
I
to.
don't, because after I
She's
talked to
somewhere
her
in the
about
sky.
the situation.
I have no idea.
All right, I got you.
I think you conspiring to hide her.
No, I
do.
don't know where she's at.
Pardon?
And I don't even talk to her.
Yeah, I think you're conspiring. I think you're part of a conspiracy to keep her away.
Right.
Tell me about the harassment, sir.
Harassment, I don't know where that comes from.
She said you pulled a gun or a baseball bat.
Yeah, I
one or
about
the
to
other.
say, now let me break that story down, Your Honor. When
Go
I
ahead.
first got to the apartment, to Miss Harris' house, the neighbor had asked me if I seen her truck. You heard all that part. When I knocked on the door and went in the house, I had got my bat. I didn't know it was her. Nobody directly came to her house. I know Mrs. Alexander because I used to go over her house and stuff like that. Like, me and her were kind of cool like that. And, Your Honor, I know her and her crowd parties. But
No, we don't.
basically,
No, we don't.
Marilyn Manson
No,
party.
we don't.
But,
No, we don't. And you gonna cut that out with your lying
hey,
self. You gonna cut
hey.
that out because I don't party.
Hey, Kiss ain't
I don't-
got nothing on him, boy, I'm telling you.
Whatever, and you heard what I said.
Now,
I don't even
Back to
party.
the study. Back to what I was saying, Your Honor. Basically, this cousin that she talked about, me and her have had conversations about how drunk this cousin gets. And basically, the night that it happened, the people that was telling us, basically the neighbors who was breaking it down to us that actually seen it eye for eye, they said when the car came speeding in the apartment, basically the cousin, she flew like in the apartment like so fast that when I guess she tried to stop or whatever, she hit like the car and hit up on the curb and went like through the grass like by the houses. And the man said he seen Miss Alexander get out the passenger seat and go in the house and cut the
No,
lights
he
off.
did not see me.
Come
I wasn't even there.
Who
I
said
didn't come
that,
home
sir?
until 4 o'clock
This
in the
is the
morning.
first time I
His
heard
name is
that.
Anthony.
Why didn't she tell me that? Why didn't you say
Most
that
of the
in your
story,
testimony?
She was over there by her truck, so
No, but you knew that. That's a big factor in this case.
Yeah, but I was gonna let him tell you that because they told him that. They didn't tell me that. Because a lot of this story, when they was talking to him, I was talking to the police officer.
And you have a statement from anyone
Your Honor,
saying that he either told them or told the police he was told that? Yes.
we was gonna get a statement, but when they found out that they had to put names and
And the
security
car
numbers-
damages, how did he damage the car, man?
After this incident happened, she made a point to park next to my car. And I just got my vehicle. I had no markings on my vehicle at all. I have 2 white markings on the side of my vehicle along with key marks around the handles where you open the door. And I see burgundy from my car on the door of her car.
You have a picture of that?
Yes, I do.
Let's see it. But ma'am, I believe you know how to contact that cousin and you're protecting her, and I'm going to conclude.
No, I gave
with
them the
I
number.
believe it. What I believe matters.
That's fine. But I gave them the correct name and the correct number.
No, you gave him the wrong phone number. You know
No,
how to
I
reach her.
didn't.
You know how to reach her.
I
So
didn't.
therefore, I'm going to conclude you're an accessory after the fact. And ma'am, I also believe that you caused these car damages. I don't think it's a coincidence, and I do see burgundy. And secondly, sir, I believe you were part of harassing this woman, and you were conspiring to harass her. Therefore, $2,500 for you for her being an accessory after the fact and not revealing the location of the person who was her guest that damaged her car, and $2,500 for you for the damages you suffered and for the assault or attempted assault with a gun or a bat. Have a good day. That's my judgment.
Hope you get your car paid for, but it won't be on my dime.
And make sure you take that tight dress off too, boy. You like you better catch the thing.
You might wear the shut up.
Amazonian.
You want it though, don't you? Huh.
I want you got bigger shoes than me.
You want it. You mad because you
Then you got your 03 ponytail.
Boy,
man.
shut up.
You're looking like the Impala emblem. What's wrong
Nobody
with you?
worried about you.
Man, why you talking about Wendy Williams? And Wendy Williams, boy, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right there. Big old way.
It is what it is. Basically, she has no proof that I did that to her car. Not until she found out that I was going to sue her, that's when the damages came to her car. So she did those on her own.
All I want to say is if you would have came to my door in the first place like a woman, a grown person, we would have never had to go through all this. You shouldn't have sent your man to my door with a shotgun. I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her. I gave you her name and her real number.
Still hiding her. Bye.
Whatever. Get your car fixed.
Still hiding her.
Plaintiff Kayla Saunders says she was addicted to heroin for 4 years, but after she got pregnant, she quit using and has been clean for 2.5 years. Kayla met the defendant in a recovery program, and she's suing him today for car damages and emotional distress. Defendant Michael Henneberry says he became addicted to painkillers after a car accident, but he went to a methadone clinic 2 days after his son was born, and he's been sober ever since. Michael claims after he worked on Kayla's car, she threatened to have his father's business shut down, so he's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, so I first met Michael in December. We both attend a methadone outpatient treatment clinic together. I'm in recovery. We attended...
Recovery from what?
From opiates. I was a heroin addict. I currently have 2.5 years clean.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So there's a Thursday morning group.
She's lying.
About what?
About 2.5 years.
How long?
She relapsed about around the time she started talking to me. January, February.
Have I ever hung out with you?
Hold on, man. And y'all did what?
She told me that she relapsed on cocaine.
Oh, you didn't see her?
No.
She told you that?
Yes.
So this is gossip?
This is from her.
But gossip from her. Maybe she gossiped on herself because today she's denying it.
Okay.
All right. How about you?
4 years I've been going there.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. You don't believe her, I don't believe you.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
we attend a group together on Thursday.
She looked cleaner than you. Go ahead.
Thursday mornings, and that's where we got to know each other. Now, at the beginning of each group, we pledge confidentiality. It's a place where you're supposed to feel safe.
So why is the first thing out of his mouth him telling on you?
Well, that's the...
That means he broke the rule, right?
He threatened to tell...
And if he broke one rule, he broke the other rules, right?
He threatened to tell my family and all sorts of things that I shared in that group that were confidential because of what he did to the
Okay, so give me more background. How did you get addicted to heroin?
I started when I was like 22. I was using Loratabs from a car accident, and it just slowly progressed. And
how long?
2 years. And then I used heroin for like 4. And I got pregnant with my daughter, who is 2 years old now. And when I found out I was pregnant, I got on the maintenance program and have been clean since.
Sir, you want to give me some background?
Yes, I was in an automobile accident. I was addicted to pain medication. I broke 13 bones. Loratabs, fentanyl patches, and Oxycontins. When my son was born, 3/15, 13, I got into the methadone clinic 2 days after, and I've been there since.
So you never been on heroin?
No.
What happened to the pain?
Methadone.
Oh, that helps your...
Yes.
What was your pain from?
From a car accident.
What part of your body?
13 bones.
What part of your body?
My right leg.
A heroin substitute? That's what people do for pain in your
It's
right leg?
Used
You got
for,
any pain? You gonna get you some heroin.
Yeah, right there.
I'll get you some heroin substitute.
All right, sounds good.
You should have never started off questioning her sobriety, sir. Go ahead, man. What are you suing him for?
So through the group, I had learned that his father owns an auto repair shop, and he works there. He said that he works on cars. He's been doing it forever. I had purchased a stereo for my stepson for Christmas, and it needed to be installed. He said that that's something that he does. He could do it at his father's shop, give me a good deal on it. So, dumb idea, I went along with it. So we dropped the truck off at the repair shop, the auto repair shop at his father's house. For him to, we supplied everything, all the
At my
materials,
father's
all
house,
the
at
equipment,
my house.
everything. No, we dropped it off at the auto shop. He did not have permission to drive a vehicle. The only reason the keys were left was because he said he had to turn on for the stereo and the electrical. He called me later on that day. It wasn't going to be done. Asked if he could have it overnight. He had some other vehicle problems, whatever. So, long story short, we didn't get the vehicle back until Sunday. Sunday morning, when we picked up the vehicle, it was at his house, at his residence. He did not have permission to drive the vehicle. So when we pull up, he was already out at the truck. He had the passenger door open, was standing in the door to show us the radio. Now the stereo looked like crap. It was all cut up, and I have pictures of it.
Can you see it?
But yeah, they tipped me $20.
I paid him. Those are pictures of the stereo. These are we'll get to that one.
Are you on methadone?
I am. I'm getting off of it because I've been clean and doing so well that I'm
Sir, you look like a
tapering
drug addict.
myself off.
Thank you.
You talk like one. Thank me for that. I would be
So
more
you-
thankful if you got off of it, because now you're starting to sound like a dope fiend. You accused her of relapsing. So
Yeah,
now I'm
that's-
accusing you because you look like a dope
And
fiend.
these are the
That's why
actions
I'm
that people
accusing you
do
that.
when they need drugs. This is what they do.
Now this is what they do. They breach the meeting confidentiality. That's the first thing you're supposed to do, is remain confidential
This was
about
not-
another person's
this was not only
treatment.
mentioned in
The
the
first
meeting, it was
thing you
mentioned
did when you
outside of
got
the
in
meeting.
here is breach that. That's the first thing you did. And that's what dope fiends do, who are not in recovery,
And
who are
not to
trying to
mention-
trick their parents or whomever is supporting them, gives them a few bucks, they run to the dope house.
Yep.
That's what I believe. And I have a right to believe that. Go ahead, man.
I'm just saying that, that put my recovery in jeopardy because now I don't want to share things.
Correct. And that's why I'm giving him a hard time.
So
All
as
right.
you can see,
And-
it's all cut up around the mirror. Some of the wiring was not finished. So he said that the radio was in working condition, but to bring it back and he would do something to the outside so it didn't look like crap and finish the wiring. So we paid him $60, which is what we agreed upon, and we left. My stepson got into his vehicle. Me and my boyfriend were in ours. We left. 5 minutes later, he calls and he says, my mirror is smashed.
They called me
I said,
2 days
send
later.
me, I said, we picked the vehicle up on February 19th. February 19th, I have pictures with the date, February 19th, of the smashed mirror. I called him immediately after. He said, really? Oh, send me a picture of it. Let me see.
First of all, sir, she said she dropped the car off to you at the shop and it ended up at your residence.
It was at my residence. That's where I fix cars. I don't work for my
Did she ever
father.
give it to you at the shop?
No,
Okay.
I don't work for my father.
All right. And your father doesn't have a shop?
My father does own a shop. I don't work
But-
for him. I
You
work
say
out of
you
my
don't
house.
work for your father.
No.
What do you have there?
I also have 2 witness statements from my stepson and my boyfriend. My stepson was with me when we dropped off the
so
vehicle.
they're lying.
And
they're
my boyfriend
lying
was
on
when
you.
we picked it up.
He gave us a different address to pick it up from. Turned out to be his house. I looked at radio and said it looked like garbage. Here's another one. On February 17th, we dropped the truck off at his dad's auto repair shop. We then picked the truck up back on. Okay, so you got 2 witnesses who were with her, said they dropped it off there. I see no reason for them to lie.
I don't have a license.
Pardon me?
I don't have a license.
You don't have a license to be a dope fiend either. You've been one for years. What does that mean? Since when you start obeying the law? All right. So what's the emotional distress for?
So he threatened, my boyfriend also started, had called him because he was giving us all these runarounds. First, he was going to replace the mirror, then his kid.
Did you tell her you would replace the mirror?
I told her I'd replace the mirror. I told her right here I'd replace the mirror $20 for the glass, which was broken. She didn't want it. She wanted the cash for the whole mirror.
That is a bold-faced lie.
He says he agreed to give you a $20 mirror.
Yeah, well, the mirror for the 2009 F-150.
I need to go to that shop. You? I need to go to that shop. You can get a mirror for $20.
The mirror for the F-150 cost $46.
All right, to put in and everything.
The whole mirror.
Huh? To put it in and everything, huh?
That's just for the mirror.
Right. She needed it installed, didn't she?
$20 to install it.
Well, I definitely wouldn't.
All right. Here's another estimate from someone who has a shop, and the part is $241. Is this a 2006
It's
Ford?
a 2009 F-150.
If it's 2006 to 2010.
I'm looking at what's here. This is the truck, the type and style of truck that she got an estimate on. This is something different. What's the emotional distress for again?
He threatened to tell my family and everyone things that I shared in group.
This was not a Narcotics Anonymous group. This was a group at the thing, and she told me this outside a group because she threatened to have my father's business shut down.
No, I threatened to take you to small claims court.
You have your text because she has yours. While you're at it, tell your boyfriend you do cocaine before I do. What's your counterclaim for?
$600.
For what?
Emotional distress.
Okay. Your claim is dismissed. You haven't proven it. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. Actually, for what? You just tell me what it is. Have a good day.
I regret ever having anything to do with him. I never will again. I think the judgment was completely fair, and I'll just make better choices in the future about who I let work on my vehicle.
Yeah, maybe go to rehab. That's all I have to say.
Plaintiff Tiana Bacon says the defendant is her cousin, and they have always been close. Until a few months ago. Tiana claims after a night of drinking, the defendant backed into her car, and she refuses to pay for the damages. Defendant Jessica Bacon admits that she tapped Tiana's car, but insists Tiana is exaggerating the damages. Jessica claims Tiana has never shown her an estimate for the repairs, and therefore she refuses to pay.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, so this person to the left of me.
Oh, here we go.
This is my cousin. We were really close coming up. We've always been really close. She took me to prom. I was really, really boy shy, so she took me to prom. We experienced motherhood together, ironically. We had our children around the same time, played basketball. It's always been wonderful. Up until about a few months ago. We were hanging with some mutual friends, a few glasses of wine, nothing too crazy. Jessica, as we were leaving, it was time to go.
Where were you all at?
We were on the west side of...
At somebody's house?
Yes.
The man's house?
No. We were at a mutual friend's house.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we were. It was time to go. We decided to get some takeout and go our separate ways. So in the midst of us leaving, Jessica was backing out of the driveway, and then boom! She hits my car.
Has she ever been able to drive in the past?
Not too well.
Never been a good driver?
Yes,
Let me hear from you.
Okay, well.
Tell me about your relationship with your cousin over the years. She's told me you all have done everything together.
Absolutely.
But you have that same opinion?
Yes, I mean, I can't argue about that.
You
I'm
all
the older
children?
cousin.
Okay. You all children, friends?
Absolutely. Close cousins. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're not going to refer to them as those kids over there.
No, I'm not petty. Like
those little persons? That's what you're going to say about your nieces and nephews?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you all have always gotten along, no problem.
No.
You chase men together and everything.
No, we don't chase.
Y'all was just chasing him a few months ago.
No, we don't chase. Not at all.
All right, well, y'all were giving in
No.
a few months ago.
No, sir.
You just said it. Y'all were over man house getting drunk and high.
Oh, man.
No smoking.
Didn't you say that?
Your Honor, no smoking.
No,
Just a
not
little
at
wine.
Y'all wasn't smoking, but they were.
Those
None of
people over
that.
there were.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord. But pretty much that was my close cousin. I'm you know, I've always taken up for her anytime we've done anything. You know, I've always helped her. We just always been close up until right before the quarantine happened. And this is when this incident happened. She say loud boom, I say tap. You know what I mean?
Boom.
And it was
So describe what happened.
dramatic. Okay, I was backing out and I did tap her car. We both can agree to that. But the damages were not that severe, and I feel like she's taking it overboard. It's not even that serious. We both spoke about that I would help her pay for something, but then she came like 2 weeks later saying that I owe her $350. I haven't seen an estimate. Until I see an estimate, then
I have the estimate.
I'm shocked that any car repair, I'm shocked, costs $350.
Unless it's like a real accident.
No.
Oh, so.
A tap costs $350. Let me see what you have.
Sure.
Let me, or tell me which page.
So it'll be
wanna
on
see that
page
picture.
1, Your Honor.
The picture?
Oh, the picture is page 2 and 3. Pages 2 and 3.
You need to be ashamed of yourself.
She should be ashamed for him.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I feel as if she got my car keyed.
This is $2,000 damage all over the world.
Judge, it's not.
rusting.
It is.
It's rusting as well. That's how long it's been going on.
She had damages before this even happened. I feel like she's trying to make me pay for that.
6 inches tall,
Oh my God.
9 inches wide, and 2 inches deep.
Really,
Getting it in.
Boom.
Maybe she doesn't have the same. Do you have that? Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
She probably did that to herself. I did not do all of that damage. There's no way.
This is rusted though. When did it happen?
This is back in March.
What part of the car did you tap?
It was the side. It was on the side of her car.
The front of the side?
It's the side. I just don't know which side it is, but it's definitely.
That's how
on the
much
side.
wine we had. A few glasses. She doesn't remember.
I remember, but I know I did not hit her car that hard. Flat out.
Yeah, she did.
How long after did you get this estimate?
It was a few months, Your Honor. In May, I got the estimate. It took some time because of COVID. COVID and everything.
Okay, all right. Everybody playing the COVID game, but you're right. I'll go with it. You're right.
The mechanic, he kept giving me the runaround. So
I
it took a
want
while.
people to
It
take
took a
every
while.
precaution. Everybody's blaming everything on COVID, and I'm going for it. That's the one bit of game I'm gonna go for all year.
It took a while.
Y'all know I'm game conscious, and I look for game every kind of way, but I go with the COVID. Y'all see I'm surrounded by plexiglass. Y'all surrounded by plexiglass. Them folks out there looking like a fool with the thing over there, with the shields over their faces. My man over here, they got him. He wanted to wear a black mask. They wouldn't even want to let him wear the black mask. They don't even want him to look clever. He got his due. His crop is all laid out now. I heard somebody, he needed to cut his hair. Some hater, one of these guys back here. Why ain't cut his hair? I said, oh, some haters. The man look clever, slick and handsome, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The man look good. Yeah, leave his hair, got the crop. Yeah. Hey, y'all better be careful. I'll go and get mine permed up. Get them finger waves like I used to. I used to have them finger waves down to my shoulders now. I didn't have no glasses. I was told I used to look smug. That's how I used to look. And I used to have my finger waves down there.
Looking good.
And you are getting off nearly free. I promise you are. I promise you are.
Well,
I want you to take does she have one of these pictures?
I have evidence of my car being keyed after all this happened.
Oh my Jesus.
I don't have an enemy in sight, and this didn't happen until we started fake beefing.
When did it occur?
This happened in May, right after we got into it at a family. It wasn't even a family function. It was just a few of us.
I don't believe she's like that. That's one of them no good men. You didn't jilt it.
Man,
That's who scratched your car. You want to blame her.
That's one of her, either her or one of her friends.
That's that baby daddy who you won't let get back.
Oh man.
Am I right or wrong?
I plead the fifth. You're right.
She pleaded, see?
Nah, it was
She know, I know what I'm talking about.
It's one of her friends.
No, ma'am. Unless you have a statement, a picture, a video that it was her, I'm telling you who I think it is. All right, so do you have a picture of this?
Yes, I
accident?
do.
Please take it to somebody and ask them how much. Go to the dealer. What type of car is it? Chevy?
Caliber.
She already she purchased the car used, sir.
They fix used cars? So take it. I want you to take that picture and say, how much would you charge to repair this? And
Your
watch
Honor,
what
she
they
didn't
tell you.
hesitate to get her tent put on her car, so I think she can handle the dent.
My thing is, you're judging me and you're in my business. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is not pertinent to this case. You cannot judge what I got going on.
You talk so slick. That's why your car got
I
scratched.
know.
All right, $350. It's your judgment. That's fine.
How you coming after the little cousin that's bigger than the big cousin?
Well, I'm not petty, so I'm ready to just bury the hatchet.
Are you saying that I'm petty?
No.
We can bury it.
All right. I love you, cuz.
I'll see you in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.